Alright, so it's been like a good solid 10 months since I made my last YouTube video. Took a nice little hiatus after dumping my life story out there. Still got my 17 strong followers and going. So thankful for you guys for sticking around. Wow, what's been going on with me? Moved out of Chicago, moved to Indiana for a job promotion at Marshall's. So now I'm a manager, yay! I live in a lot safer environment. I got a new car. What else? Oh, I left my 5-year relationship. I had to rehome my dog. Lost one of my dogs. Expanded on relationships with people in my life. Lots of things. It's been quite a year. So I actually got promoted back in June, July. Did my training for 5 weeks and I moved down, relocated to Indiana. So I have my own apartment all by myself, living the best life. It's actually been really good for me to have this piece of independence because I've been searching for it for so long, of being able to like stand on my own feet, pay my own bills, do everything that I need to. And I finally got myself to that point, which is so important for me. Also, my shirt says naughty, but it's for the Grinch, not inappropriate, promise. And then also you guys get to see a very tired, raw version of me. I don't wear makeup. I don't really do much. I just take naps and go to work and go to the gym, and I like how I look and I'm cool with that. But on a quick side note with this, I got little matching sweatpants. I got my matching slippers, and I think this year the Christmas theme is Grinch, because everything we've been getting and seeing online or Hobby Lobby or any of the other retail stores is Grinch related. So I thought that was so cool. I had to have them. But yeah, back to business. So right around the time I moved down to Indiana, you know, it was pretty stressful getting to this environment. I almost didn't take the promotion. I almost stayed in Chicago because I was trying to salvage my relationship. But I think I realized that I had done everything I could to salvage what there was, and I had given it my all. So I took the promotion and realized that I had to put myself first for once and not keep sacrificing myself, not just for my partner, but for other people. You know, so I realized I had to put myself first, so I took this promotion. And it's been really good for me to be back in the country. I love the country. It's where I grew up. It's what I'm used to. I don't like the city. I don't like traffic. I don't like being around that many people. Still too nerve-wracking. Excuse me. I think where I lived, the population's like 1,500 people, which is even smaller than where I grew up in Lebanon, which had like 8,000 people. So this is still a lot more quiet than where I grew up, but it's been really nice. But moving down here was tough because obviously the relationship became long distance again, and with the issues that we were facing, it just became too much for me, and I realized that I just didn't want to keep getting disappointed. But for the benefit of that person and not putting them on blast or anything, because they're not a bad person, they're a good person. Just we didn't have the compatibility we needed to continue moving forward. I'm not going to talk about that too much out of respect for their privacy. And because again, like, they were a good person and I still love that person very much. And there's really nothing negative that I need to be saying, or anything informational I need to be saying. But yeah, moving down here, now I'm in my own like little space, learning how to be by myself, which is really hard as someone who comes from trauma and always searching for chaos or being around chaos, even though it's not healthy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just woke up from a nap. But yeah, you know, just not having anyone out here. At least in Chicago, I had him and I made a couple friends and stuff, but out here it's just starting from scratch. But I think it's what I need to do at this point in my life, is just get really focused and work on me, work on becoming the best version of me that I can be. And this is something that I really need based on where I come from. I'm so thankful because my family that I have put together is so supportive of me, and they love me so unconditionally that it makes it easier to go through this journey of life by myself, you know, physically by myself, because I know that every step of the way they will be there for me. And if worse ever came to worse, I do have family to rely on, which is a huge, huge, huge sense of comfort. Okay, knowing that if life ever threw me some bad stuff, I have people to help me out. But it's good for me to learn how to do this on my own. And I think a lot of people that know me or know of me may wonder how I've made it through all this stuff and have become as successful as I have, because I do think I've become successful based on where I come from. The abuse, the trauma and stuff, it's been hard moving past it, but I have, because those people are all living their lives, carefree, scot-free, doing whatever they need to do in their lives. And I'm not going to keep giving it power to control me. So I've been going to therapy since March. I love my therapist. I'm a big, big advocate for therapy. And the people who say it doesn't help, I'm sorry. I just call BS on that. And I really feel like you just haven't had a supportive or good therapist. Or maybe you really just don't want to change and it doesn't help. But either way, I'm a big advocate for therapy. So that's really been helpful. But some hard stuff I've gone through as well is like losing my dogs. Haiti stayed behind with my partner when I moved down here, and I took Aries. And it was hard because I knew being by myself, even though he didn't really help that much with the dogs, it was still some help. And I work long hours now, and it was just really stressful. And when I was moving anyways, I had already planned to rehome them, and I had it all set up, but it just didn't work out that way. So when I moved down here and I took Aries, it was like, wow, I can't do this. I knew I couldn't. So I ended up rehoming him a couple weeks ago. And it's been hard. It was been challenging because my dogs were my babies. I drove down to Mississippi to get them. It was like a whole little journey, separate times I did it, And I raised them since they were little puppies, and I could first, take them away from their dog mother, whatever, and make them mine. And Hades was my big baby, and I spent so much time training him, and he's such a good dog, and I really wish I could have kept him. He was so handsome and just a good, loyal, loving dog. And Aries was just so adorable. He's a little, he's the evil child, and I really wish I could have kept them, but the reason I got them in the first place was I thought me and my partner were going to move together. I thought there would be a commitment of marriage and starting a life together. And so I thought that for safety reasons and also relationship reasons, it would work out. And I really did have the best intentions with it. And I tried my damnedest to make it work, but it didn't. So that was really hard to have to go through. But it was necessary to do the right thing, no matter how painful it was. And I'm just that person that makes a lot of painful decisions because they're the right decisions. They're not selfishly motivated. They're selflessly motivated. And rehoming Aries was not easy, but I knew it wasn't fair to him. It wasn't fair to me, but more so it wasn't fair to him. And so, yeah, I just had to make another hard decision. But I still have Brutus, my little 4-year-old baby I've had since he was just so tiny I could fit him in my palm. So I still have one pal with me, through thick and thin. He's actually sitting up on the platform right now just watching me. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been going through. The good news out of all of this, and I feel like something that is super positive, is that I'm coming back to Connecticut for a week to see my family. And I'm so grateful for that because I miss them so much. And I was just so happy they were so supportive of me coming back. And it just is a really beautiful feeling to know that you're loved, even from so far away, by people who don't even have a lifetime of experience with you, that have just come into your life or you've come into theirs, and they just see you as this beautiful human being that they want to be around. And it's really a great feeling to know that, even though life does get hard sometimes and we end up alone or we have to get used to being in solitude, that there are people who still really do love and care about us unconditionally. And I think it makes it so much easier to go through life, just knowing that. And, today is the first major holiday, right, where I've been alone ever. Even if the past was crappy or I've been with bad people or people have treated me bad, it was still just like I was with people, and now I'm not. So the last couple years on Thanksgiving, I cooked and I hosted, and same with Christmas, or just, little things like that, or not little, big things like that, that I really enjoy doing. And I was trying to be a good woman and a good partner and a good person by doing those things. And then this year, it's like, it's all gone. And it's not to get sad and mopey about, but it's just an adjustment, of being in my own solitude. I didn't get any food. I didn't cook any food. I didn't do anything fancy. I don't even have my Christmas tree. And usually this time of the year, my Christmas tree is already up. I got the Christmas jams playing. I'm sipping eggnog or coquito or whatever. And I don't even drink alcohol like that anymore, but still I would have. Unfortunately, I left a lot of stuff behind in this past relationship. And the Christmas tree is probably the only thing I really want, materialistically wise, is my Christmas tree that my neighbors so graciously gave me before I moved. It's a beautiful thing. Just has so much sentimental value to me, putting up the tree and looking back at the memories of the ornaments I have, good and bad. It's a very melancholy experience for me. And I want to buy a tree, but I'm also trying to save my money and be practical. So I'm just like, what am I supposed to do here? So it's just a lot of adjustment. But today it is just like a blah kind of day. It's like 60 degrees outside. It's rainy. I'm just tired from working. I know tomorrow's going to be a busy day on Black Friday, so I'm just taking it easy on myself. And I think that's something that's really important to remember during the holidays, whether we're alone, whether we're with family we love, or with family we hate, family that stresses us out. It's how do you cope with it? How do you deal with the reality of the situation and find a way to work through the feelings, because they exist whether we want them to or not. I tried to sleep it off. My brain did not want me to sleep. So I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to feel comfortable, to feel cemented in the present, like I'm not escaping? And I think that's something we all need to keep in mind, because the holidays are tough for a lot of people, not just me. Not just you, not just people we know, but a lot of people in this world have a general sensitivity around the holidays, because family sucks. Sometimes they can really suck. And, we just got to try to keep it positive. Try to find some peace in your day, some peace within yourself. Do some radical acceptance of, this is the life I'm in right now. This is where I'm at, and here's how I deal with it. And that's just a basic level of self-care. You have to take care of yourself at the end of the day, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how hard things get. And someone recently said to me, like, well, you've been through a lot. Like, how do you do it? How do you still be a good person? How do you still be kind and caring? And I think it's just become a choice where, like, oh my God, ever since I was kicked out, from my adoptive family and all of that and the horrible things I've seen since I was a little kid, the horrible things I've experienced as an adult, I've just always made the conscious decision to do the right thing, to be a kind person, to be as selfless as possible, because for me, that's how I make life easier. Knowing that I make good choices, I do my best to leave as little damage as possible. Even in tough situations, I still try to be as kind as I can. Sometimes that's really hard, especially when I'm triggered from my trauma, and people are pressing me and they don't give me the respect and the space I need. I don't always act nicely. We all have breaking points, but I've just made it a routine to every day consciously choose to be as kind as possible, as best as I know how to be. And it really does make life easier, because as my Facebook profile says in my bio, to, go on the journey of revenge is to dig two graves. Basically, that's what Confucius says, was if you're going to go embark on the revenge, oh my God, if you're going to embark on the journey of revenge, dig two graves. You're going to get your revenge on the other person, but you are going to suffer as well, because acting out in malice is no way to be, whether you call it Satan, evil, detrimental, mean, whatever you want to label it, it's never going to provide you the end outcome, because as human beings, we suffer when we hurt other people. And running from it and hiding from it doesn't help. It doesn't make it go away. So I have tried revenge before. I have tried to live with anger. I have tried to make it work, and it does not work. It causes me so much pain, and I should not have to continue living in pain when the people who hurt me go about their lives as if nothing happened. So it's just a good lesson around this time of the year, especially, to let be what is. Don't force things. Don't pretend to be somebody you're not. But learn how to have radical acceptance, good coping mechanisms, escape routes for personal safety, mental safety, emotional safety, and just know that life is a lot of what you make it, and that puts a lot of accountability on the individual. And at some point, if you want life to change, you will have to look in the mirror at yourself, or me at myself, and say, I want to make a change, and I am ready to do the hard work to make that change. But it is a lot of individual accountability, because you can't make anybody else change, right? You can only change what's up here and what's in here for you. And that is how you start to achieve the life that you want. So during these hard holiday seasons, during these trying times in life with all the crazy stuff that's going on, focus on how you can do things and leave a mark on life, on the past, actually, because you are leaving a mark on the past, on the future, and on the present, and that's just my little tidbit for today of how I've been making it through all these changes, because even since getting promoted, moving, losing my dogs, leaving a relationship, that's 4 major life changes that I've gone through. My therapist pointed that out to me, that I've gone through 4 major life changes. That's really tough. And to be as high functioning as I am, I only hope that some people will listen to me, because I've been through so many life changes, so many abusive moments in my life, but I'm still very high functioning. And I always say, if we don't listen to the people that provide and show and prove the results, that are speaking from a place of knowledge and wisdom, then why are we even bothering them in the first place? Aren't we the stupid ones? Prime example is when we were all kids and we wanted to be adults. Oh, I want to be an adult. I want my own money, my own place. I don't want to be here. And the adults are like, no, you don't want to be an adult. Enjoy being a child. You're like, no, screw that. I want to be an adult so bad. And then you become an adult and you're like, I should have listened, because being an adult sucks. And I wish I could go back to being a child. We were stupid and naive as children to not listen to our parents, the adults who told us from wisdom, no, you don't want to grow up. That's just one example. So again, I hope that somebody listens to me, somebody starts to make the change, because I'm telling you, I'm not being cocky, I'm not being egotistical. I am coming from a place where I suffer on a daily basis to make selfless, kind, loving, peaceful, and rightful decisions, to be a good person and to help others and make life be as cohesive and copacetic as possible. That's why I'm so high functioning. If you don't listen to me, you don't listen to me. Cool, great, and dandy, but I'm pretty smart. And I come from lots of places of wisdom. Wish everybody a happy holiday, a safe holiday. Please be safe out there. These times are crazy. And if you guys ever need anything, just, let me know. I'm here for you guys, just like you're here for me. So thank you.